Hi and welcome to Whisky Shared. You're watching my review of Kininvie Blended Scotch Whisky. I'm Toby and you're watching Whisky Shared. Welcome to my review of Kininvie Blended Scotch Whisky. This is the third in the experimental series from Kininvie and its code is KVSB003. I've already reviewed the single malt and the single grain in the series, and if you haven't checked those out, then I'll put a link in the description below so you can watch those after this. The Kininvie experimental series is exclusive to Amazon and these retail for £35. This one's often cheaper than that, around the £27–28 mark, so it means you can normally get a set of all three for about £90. The blended Scotch whisky also comes in a 50cl bottle and this standard cardboard packaging like the rest in the range. It's bottled at 48.2%, and what we also know, because obviously the experimental range give details about what goes into this, is it's made up of both the single malt and the single grain that I've already reviewed. I don't know what proportion goes into this blend, but what we do know is it's a high malt percentage. So we know it's more than 51%. It would be nice to know the exact makeup, but obviously I don't think they can share that. So you know, there may be Scotch Whisky Association rules against that. Should we find out what it tastes like? On to the whisky. Right, so let's check out the colour first. This has got a nice, decent colour to it. It obviously gets a good influence of colour from the single grain, which is a decent colour. I'd say that's like a deep gold. It really is a good shade. This is also non-chill filtered like the rest in the range, so obviously that high ABV isn't going to be a problem for this clouding over. Let's try it on the nose. Right, so this is completely different to the two I've already tried on their own. So I'm getting like toffee. There is like a sweet toffee on the nose. I'm getting like spiced apples, maybe the fruit that I picked up on the previous whiskies, and the rye component in the single grain brings that sort of smell to the fore. It's a little bit spirity, and there's like a buttery biscuit, which is quite common in Irish whiskies that I pick up, not normally in Scotch whiskies. Yeah, let's try it on the palate. I think one thing is it's again totally different to the components that go into this. It's very sweet. I'm getting like an almond or marzipan. It is a little viscous and creamy, and it is that sweetness is. And that creaminess is like the toffee that I picked up on the nose. Let's have another sip. Yeah, so I'm getting like tropical fruit now. And I'm getting a little bit of a prickle on the tongue. But it really does gel well together from the component parts that I've tasted separately. It has brought the finish down though, because both the single grain and the single malt had a long finish. But I'd say this has actually shortened it. It's more a medium finish. There is a dry wood element there, which I often pick up on Scotch whiskies. There is like a peppery prickle, but it's almost turned into like a fizziness, like fizzy sweets, like a fizzy sherbet. And there's also a nuttiness there, which is quite nice. But for me, this really does gel quite well. I think in its price range for a 50cl bottle, I think at retail it's probably pushing it though slightly, but it is a nice blend. I'd say price wise, if you're going to compare it to major releases, I'd say this really would have to be sort of £25 maybe at the upper limit to buy it again. Obviously being part of an experimental series, once it's gone, it's gone. But if it was £25 again, I think I'd definitely buy another bottle once this is gone. It is a good blend. It doesn't have an amazing amount going on, but it's the sort of blend you could either spend a whole evening with, and when you're not too concentrating on picking out flavours and stuff, but you just want to have a dram for the evening. But it's also not too complex that you could start an evening with, set that palate up and get your taste buds going. So I quite like this, and if the price is right, I'd definitely buy it again. So if this sounds up your street, maybe give it a go. I'll put links in the description so you can check this and the others out. See you next time. Sauncha.
I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, why not give it a like or a comment, and please consider subscribing for more videos like this.